if you don't know where to begin, better ask Win.
Shane, good to see you. I've got to ask, is now a good time to redeem your I bond? Back in 2022, when inflation was through the roof, we were able to buy I bonds with a 9.6% rate of return. Now, though, that rate of return is just over 3%, which has a lot of investors wondering if now is a time to redeem them and invest in something else. So let's assume that we bought back when that rate was 9.6%. Should we be redeeming now?
Well, I think the answer is probably, right? But it depends on a couple of different things. So in the first year, you really can't leave those I bonds. But once you reach the 1 year point, you have an opportunity to leave. And if you can get to something that's going to give you much greater return, then it's probably going to be in your best interest to move on and get some more return elsewhere, because there's a bit of an opportunity cost to staying in a lower performing investment like these I bonds have kind of come out to be more recently.
And we'll talk through some of those alternatives in a second. But of course, I bonds fully mature after 5 years. What is the penalty for redeeming them early?
So if you redeem them between the 366th day and the 5 year mark, in other words, after 1 year, but before the 5 years, you lose the last 3 months of interest. So in the grand scheme of things, that's not really all that much. And if you can move on again, like we talked about, to something else that's going to give you double, maybe even 3 times the performance that you're getting in the I bonds, in most cases, that's going to be worth taking that penalty to go seek higher returns elsewhere. Because like I said, there is an opportunity cost, again, to just staying in a lower performing investment when you could get higher returns elsewhere. Of course, you want to make sure that you're okay with the risk that then comes along with moving to maybe a higher performing, more risky investment. But that's all to be considered at the time of a switch.
So if I decide to redeem now, where is the best place to invest that money? Because again, this was so attractive because it was essentially a safe investment with a nearly 10% rate of return.
So we have a lot of different places to go with money, right? And it all involves considering what you really want, the goals of the investor, and making sure that the risk level is still appropriate for the investor. So if you want something that still has a 0 standard deviation or 0 risk, there's lots of places out there that can give you that. If you're looking for even greater performance, though, and you're willing to take some risk, again, we have lots of other either Wall Street investments, insurance company products, kind of the whole universe of investment vehicles that we can talk about. But it really depends on what the person wants, what the goal for the money is, and again, what the risk level is that the investor is willing to take.
Of course. Well, if somebody wants to have that conversation with you, Shane, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to reach us is online or by phone. Our phone number here at the office is 602-456-1928, or visit our website, winstonandcompanies.com.
Great. Shane, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.
Got a plan for your retirement, 'cause you know it's just down the road. But if you don't know where to begin, better ask Win.